I've waited for decades, but to think you'd now have one cup. What a cold-hearted person, Guiryongja. Come to think of it, when I first met you, we were both young. I guess that was 40 years ago. When I first met this man, please use the great regression technique to send me back to the past. The regression technique, one of the great achievements of the Gi family. A technique that has been researched for ages and passed down. A technique that was close to impossible to use. I could have completed it. However, I had no choice but to give it up. The 5 materials needed to complete the technique, it was almost impossible to gather all of them. I'll send you back to the past if you can collect all the materials required for the Great Regression Technique. The Thunder Bell, a sacred artifact of the Wind Cult, the Divine Incense Brazier, a sacred artifact of the Divine Dragon family, 2 core essence of the 10,000-year carp, demonic soul of the demonic cult. I could get the 5 million yang, but other than that, I wasn't able to get anything else. However, the man in front of me was able to obtain everything over several decades. To obtain the last material, the secret demonic soul of the demonic cult. He disappeared from the world for a long time. I thought you had probably died in some nameless unknown land. This is so hard to believe. How on earth did you get all those materials? I really thought this so-called great technique ought to be damned to die because it needed those materials. I also considered the possibility of just killing you. I was really young when I first met him. But now, he has become an old man whose hair is all white. The air around him has changed a lot as well. Was it inevitable for him to undergo that change in order to obtain the materials for the Great Regression Technique over a long period of time? I finally get to ask you this. Why exactly are you trying to go back to the past? For revenge. Was it really impossible, even with your skills? To the extent that you need to go back to the past? Who on earth do you hate so much? Wamugi. All the leaders of the 3 strongest groups that supported the Murim died in his hand. The Murim leader was killed. The unorthodox leader was killed. The Heaven Demon was also killed. The strongest person across all of history, Wamugi, the strongest person of this era. I don't think you can defeat him even if you go back to the past. I must kill him no matter what. The heavenly demon who died by his hands was my father. I'm not seeking revenge because he killed my father, though. It's also not because he killed my scum of a brother. It's not a big deal for people who have given their lives to demons to be killed. On that day, Wamugi killed the servants, cooks, and even young children who didn't know a single martial art. He even killed all the cats and dogs that were reared. Wamugi wouldn't do that. I can't believe it. I don't care if you believe what I said or not. In this age, I won't be able to kill him. So I must go back to the past to do that. And I'll ask him this before I kill him. Why did a person as strong as him need to kill even children? If the Great Regression Technique really succeeds and you go to the past, can you do me a favor? If you go back to the past, please come and find me. What for? I want you to stop me from getting married. I'm not kidding. Please stop me. Tell me to live alone for the rest of my life. All right, I promise you that. Let's go to the place where the Great Regression Technique will be used. Are you all right? I can still hang in there. I lost 1 arm and 1 eye, but that was a cheap price to pay in order to obtain the secret demonic soul. I did it. Are you seeing this? I told you. I'm really sorry. I promise I'll definitely look for you and tell you about the impending disaster. It's my family's greatest wish to go back to the past. It's also mine as well. And I can't move my body. My demonic acupoint has been sealed. How could you do this? Hey, of all people, could you do this? I lost my rationality for an instant. I'm really sorry. I know just how painstaking it was for you to obtain those materials. I shouldn't have done it. I'm a selfish person too. I cared for no one but myself, and that was how I could gather all those materials. If you had been anyone else, I'd have killed you immediately, but I'll understand since it's you. Gu Ryongja, thank you for waiting your whole life for me. I'm really sorry. What? Everything just stopped. You have passed all the tests. Who are you? The person who can send you back to the past. There's no way a human can understand the logic of the heavens. Did you think a mere creature and some materials could make traveling back in time possible? The true materials of this technique aren't the materials themselves, but the efforts. You have offered to gather all of them. You have passed the test. You lived your life with one goal in mind, sacrificing everything you had. And forgiving Gu Ryongja was the final test for you. It was actually the toughest test of all, but you were able to pass it easily. If I've passed the test, then fulfill my wish. Please, send me back to the past. What will you do next? I'll kill the one who deserves to die, and save those who aren't supposed to die. Is that all you wish to do when you go back to the past? And I want to live my life meaningfully. Maybe the reason I was forced back into the past is because I regretted the way I lived, or because I had too much anger toward my fate. What do you regret? All of it. Ever since I was born, none of my actions were of my own free will. They were all driven by a certain something. I was pushed around by so many events, and before I realized it, my life came to an end. I'm curious about the kind of life you will live. I look forward to the new life you will have. Oh, I know it's shameless of me to say this, but please don't forget your promise to me. You must stop me from getting married. Stay well. Hey, remember to do what I told you. I came back to the past. Father, how long are you going to keep us waiting, second young master? Let's start this fight. I see. Today is the day of the new demon skirmish. The leader of the demonic cult, who was my father, declared that he won't limit the selection of the next cult leader to only his bloodline. This caused an uproar within the cult. Because that meant anyone could become the heavenly demon as long as they were the strongest, Father showed that he was serious about his announcement. He then launched a fighting competition among the next generation of cult leaders, and the victor of the new demon skirmish would be the heavenly demon's 2 sons. Whoever wins that fight will be granted one wish from the heavenly demon. Are you giving up while you can? I remember now. Back then, I felt really offended that he chose me, because his decision meant that he thought I was an easier target than my older brother. But looking back, he could have chosen me for a different reason. He asked someone to mix energy-dispersing poison into my rice, so I couldn't use my energy temporarily. I lost the match because of this dirty trick. I told my father about what happened, but he didn't say anything. In fact, he looked at me with eyes that seemed to blame me for falling for such a petty trick. I did a few things after this that really pushed me to my limits to make up for today's defeat. And because of the mistakes and failures that I experienced, I was losing my position in the succession war. Everything started from today's defeat. Second young master, are you distracted even though I'm right in front of you? What did you say your name was? Are you ignoring me, Gu Pyungho? Oh, right, Gu Pyungho. He's one of the 7 disciples of one of the 8 demon supremes, Gu Qianpa, the Blood Heaven Sword Demon. He's the 5th disciple, Gu Pyungho. Hey, seeing as how you dare to mess with me, it must mean you're confident in your abilities. I didn't know this in the past, but I think I know now. Those eyes. Father already knew that I was poisoned by the energy-dispersing poison. He was observing how I was going to overcome this problematic situation. Because I still have what I learned from my past life, I should be able to defeat Gu Pyungho in a single move without using any inner energy. But I can't show my true skills here. I need to hide that for now. I confidently say this in front of all the heroes of our cult that have gathered here. I'll fight Gu Pyungho, my challenger, without using any inner energy. What? Oh, he has guts for sure. Unrivaled swordsman! Unrivaled swordsman! If that's how you're playing, then I too won't be using my inner energy. What? They're both not going to use their inner energy? That sounds like it'll be boring. What a waste of time. Second young master. Even though I won't be using my inner energy, you'd best remember that my sword has no eyes. It'll cut anything it strikes. I feel foreign in this younger body of mine. I wonder if I'll be able to move it as I want it to. Unsheathe your sword. I don't think I need to use a sword against you, though. Dude, he's totally looking down on you. You? I won't kill you since you're the cult leader's son, but I'll take an arm of yours. Good. My body's able to react instantly. It's faster than I thought. My heart is beating with so much strength at this age. You fucking bastard. You dare laugh. Was it this hand? The one you used to give the poison? Now that I've returned to the past, I'll no longer let you people influence how I live my life. As I've said, I'll grant you a wish. Tell me what you desire. Usually, people would request an artisan sword or a secret martial arts manual. That's probably what everyone's expecting. But this time, I'll follow my instincts. I wish to go on a hunt with you, Father. You want to hunt with me? Yes. I heard you enjoyed hunting when you were young. I'd like to learn how to hunt from you. We'll depart tomorrow at dawn. What an idiot. I can't believe you made such a lousy wish. Oh, what did you say your name was again? Execute him. Kill him now. Now that I'm back, the reckless life that all of you have lived no longer interests me. I'm really young again, unlike the old me. Poor Moog. What could he be doing right now? If I can find him and kill him before he becomes strong, then I can resolve this whole matter easily. The problem is that he's hard to find. He appeared in Jianghu as if he fell out of the skies. After he destroyed the Murim Alliance, the Unorthodox Alliance, and the demonic cult, he hid himself from the world. There isn't much information on him, but trying to find him by revealing his name to the world would be a dangerous act of provocation. In the end, my top priority remains the same. I must become stronger than Huamugi. You fought excellently today. Leon? That's correct, young master. Leon. Bodyguard. Yes, Leon was with me. At the time, I didn't realize that her large size was due to the martial arts she had learned. No, more than that, I didn't realize that it was all for my sake. Body petrification technique? This secret technique grants the user the ability to harden their body like rock temporarily. It is known only to a select few and was taught to her. However, its biggest flaw is that it greatly increases the user's body size. She threw herself in front of me to block the sword ore that Wamugi sent my way. I live today thanks to her sacrifice. Why are you looking at me like that? I hadn't realized how pleasant her voice sounded. She was ready to throw away her life for me. Yet at the time, I thought of her as nothing more than a simple bodyguard. I took her for granted, just as people take oxygen in the air for granted. She's bigger than I remember. She who used to be so beautiful suddenly became large one day. Young master. Back then, I never noticed how much she had cried or how ill she had become. I never saw how swollen her eyes had grown from her tears. She sacrificed her beauty when she could have been the most stunning woman in the world. And how did I treat her after that? Perhaps I treated her even more coldly after she changed. Leon, I promise you this, I'll find a way to remove the side effects of the body petrification technique for you. Young master, are you all right? Actually, I'm good. You're acting a little strange today. As expected of Leon, she always watches over me. She's noticed how I've changed. Let's go. I'll show you something even stranger. Where are we going? To flip the dining table. Why did you do it? Pardon? What do you mean? I'm asking why you poisoned my meal with the energy-dissipating poison. I didn't do it! Did you gamble away the 3,000 yang you borrowed? That boy had fallen deep into debt due to his gambling addiction. He wasted all of his parents' money and even the money he borrowed from friends. That's why he dared to do something as reckless as poisoning my meal. He committed a grave mistake. Please spare me. I was blinded by money and acted foolishly. Did Gu Plumho personally give you the money? Yes. Shame on you. A cook, of all people, dared to poison another's food. My apologies, young master. I take full responsibility for this. Why you? The one at fault is the one who poisoned my meal. Everything that happens in the kitchen is my responsibility. Does that mean anything unjust that happens in the cult is my father's fault? No, that's never the case. Then why are you trying to take responsibility for this? Stop talking nonsense and make me shredded chicken noodles for dinner. It's been a while since I've had that. I want that for dinner. Didn't you just have that a few days ago? That was a few decades ago for me. The next day, at dawn, at the Heavenly Demon Pavilion. What's with all those belongings? They're distracting. They're necessary for the next few days. Days? I only planned for a single day's hunt. Who knows? You might enjoy it and stay a little longer. That's an ambitious dream. You're better than I thought. Did he notice that I was hiding my skill I've built up in my past life while fighting Gu Pilingho? It would be better for me to tell him. I was hiding my skills. I noticed. I'm not a cat that hisses, but a beast that hides its claws. Why would a beast hide its claws? Oh, I hadn't thought of it from that perspective. How much of the soaring sword art have you mastered? The soaring sword art is passed down only to the Heavenly Demon's bloodline, and it's thought to be an extremely advanced martial art, similar to the martial arts learned by the Demon Supremes. I've completely mastered it. If I hadn't turned my face away instinctively, my whole cheek would have been gone. You've really mastered it. You didn't think I'd mastered it but still struck me? What were you going to do if I hadn't dodged it? You would have simply paid the price of having lied to me. You would have been able to vouch for it if you really mastered it completely. Even so, I have a face that resembles yours. It wouldn't look nice with a scar on it. Did I go overboard? To have completely mastered it at your age, that's worthy of praise. Thank you. Who did you learn hunting from? My older brother. I had an uncle? He died. I killed him when I was around your age. You did great. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been born. Even my father would have been hurt having to fight with his own family. I've seen it many times in my past life. The stronger a person seems on the outside, the deeper their wounds might be. Back then, I couldn't find any other solutions. He couldn't find a way to win the successor war without killing his own brother, huh? I hope you won't think that I can do it. I can't do what you weren't able to. And you already know that there's no need for me to even consider that, because my brother is that vicious and cruel. Speaking of him when he's not around, huh? I didn't get married in my past life. That's why I didn't really know how it felt like to have children. So I'm curious, what kind of existence? Was I the father? Is something there? Our dinner. We need to kill it then. How are you going to kill something that you can't even see? First, close your eyes and feel your surroundings. When martial masters try to figure out their opponents, they sense the vibrations in the surrounding air. People usually refer to that as the energy flow of a being. I can only feel one energy flow in the surroundings' father's energy flow. Now send out some energy. Without breaking that energy, make it thinner. Think of your bow as a ball of yarn. Slowly discharge your energy as if you're pulling out a thread. Did you reach it? Yes, I can feel it. What do you think it is? Search that vicinity. Slowly. A wild boar? Or is it a bear? It has stiff fur and a long body, so it feels like it could be a wild boar. Yes, it's a wild boar. At first, I was unable to guess it correctly at this distance as well. I'm gifted with a body that learns martial arts quickly after all. This much is not a big deal for me. When did you learn how to prepare hunted animals for cooking? I learned it from a book. You seem way too skilled at it, considering you've never done this before. I'm glad that's how it seems. Well, it's because I hunted countless wild boars for food before I regressed. I prepared what you're sitting on so that I could win your favor. It was worth carrying all the heavy baggage. Did you want to hunt with me because you wanted to impress me and become the successor? No, I know that wouldn't work. I can become the successor on my own without your help. Totes a lot of confidence you have. Why did you want to hunt with me? I had two reasons. The first is because I wanted to learn whatever I could from you so I could become stronger. I think I've succeeded at my first objective. What comes after getting stronger? I misunderstood. So I would like to explain myself. I'm not trying to become stronger because I want to become the heavenly demon. You're still healthy and strong. I don't want to waste my youth trying to become the heavenly. I'm satisfied if I can learn the heavenly demon's martial arts by becoming a successor. I need to learn the 9 calamities demonic art quickly and master it. No, I must go beyond that level. Because even my father, who had mastered the 9 calamities demonic art, lost to Ha-Mu. I must at least master it. What's the second reason? I wanted to spend some time with you alone. It's our first time doing this. That's a useless emotion that will get you killed. Why is it useless? I get to spend time with the strongest person in the world. If you sing songs, then that will become the world's greatest song. If you drink liquor, that becomes the world's greatest liquor. Whenever I tried to remember my father, I had no memories of him. Memories of being scared aren't counted as memories, after all. In this life, I don't want to only have such memories. But don't get too happy. This isn't for your sake, Father. It's for mine. It's dawn. Let's go back now. We're not going anywhere. We came out to hunt, so we need to at least kill a tiger before we leave. What? Don't stand around like a dunce. Follow me. Yes, Father. Close your eyes again. The target is on the right side, 100 yards away. This technique is trickier than the last one. I want you to feel the wind this time. Infuse your energy into the wind. In all the time I spent learning martial arts, I've never thought of infusing my energy into the wind before. There was no one to teach me that, and none of the martial arts I heard of taught this. Discharge your energy. If you're so slow and careful, all you end up with is just a petty trick. If you want to use this in a real situation, then you need to send your energy to your target as quickly as you can. I can feel the wind in my energy. How do I combine these two together? This is it. To infuse it into the wind is not to ride on it. What I need is to entangle the two together. There really is a tiger. What's wrong? Don't get lost in your training of discharging your energy. The more lines of energy you can maintain, the higher your chances of survival. Understood, Father. I'll bear that in mind. This is my strongest trump card. It's still too strong for me. That's a lie, though. No demonic human would complain about liquor being too strong. So what if I can't drink? Having a vicious heart is more important than drinking strong liquor. A vicious heart? Can you kill me so that you can live? No. How could a child kill their parents? Honestly, this is a lie too. If I had enough reasons to kill him, then I could do it even if he's my father. It's my first time having a proper conversation with him today. How could I still treasure my life more than his? How could I kill you? If you're hesitant about that, then you shouldn't say things like having a vicious heart. We have to learn how to drink strong liquor then. After focusing on a few days of training since my regression, I'm now able to freely infuse my energy into the wind. I'm also able to maintain 3 to 4 lines of it. I wasn't expecting Father to teach me how to discharge my energy to check out the surroundings. This is as good as getting an extra life because I'll be able to first find out the enemy that's trying to attack me, and if I continue training and I become capable of releasing more than 10 lines of energy at the same time, I might be able to neutralize any stealth techniques used by my enemies. But even my father, who was much more skilled, lost to Wamugi because the Heavenly Demon Pavilion was infiltrated. The Heavenly Demon Pavilion flag that was thoroughly guarded by a place that was thoroughly guarded by 3 barrier formations, 6 trap formations, and a group of carefully selected elites. There are also 8 demon supremes in 8 different directions, and their subordinates guarding the Heavenly Demon. The northern there are the demonic swordsmen of the Northern Heaven Sword family, led by the 1/Sword Supreme. In the south, there are the demonic bladesmen of the Southern Heavens Blade family, led by the Blood Heaven Swordsmen, are the Iron Fists of the Fist faction, led by the undefeated Fist Demon. In the west, there are the demonic sorcerers of the Demonic Illusion, led by the Soul-Stealing Demon. In the northeast are the faceless swordsmen that want to become the evil smiling demon. In the southeast, there's the drunken swordsman that's always drunk with the demonic drunkard. In the southwest, there are the poison fangs, who research and utilize all manner of poisons. And in the northwest are the crazy monks who are crazy about the demonic Buddha's beliefs of deluding the world. Back then, I thought the enemy had broken in from the outside. However, that wasn't the case. I realized later that the outer defense was never broken. I'm certain that someone among the 8 demon supremes let Hawamugi into the Heavenly Demon Pavilion where the Heavenly Demon was at. There could be more than one traitor. The traitor was never found. But it doesn't matter who it is because I treat all 8 demon supremes as traitors. None of the 8 demon supremes sought revenge. Instead, they decided to close down the demonic cult. That's still an event in the far future. But I know all about the 8 demon supremes. I know the kind of lives they've lived, and what their last moments in life were like. This time, I'll make use of the 8 demon supremes through and through. A fatty. Is the second young master still in the training ground? How many days has it been already? I can't wait anymore. Go in and drag him here. What did you just say? Li Dun? What are you doing there? Young master, I told you to do your own thing while I was training. Were you waiting here for me the whole time I was training? You're finally out, second young master. Why are you suddenly training out of nowhere? And you did it for days at that. A disciple of the Blood Heavens Bladesman, Yang Fo. You can say the reason why he dares to act this way is wholly because of my father. Announced that anyone in the cult could become the successor. Being the Heavenly Demon's son no longer feels that special. In fact, that fueled the ambitious desires of many within the cult to defeat the sons of the Heavenly Demon so they can gain notoriety. What do you want? Don't you already know that? Pyung-ho can no longer practice martial arts because of you. So what? You want me to go look after him or something? Do you think I'm joking with you right now? I don't think our relationship is one where we can have serious conversations, though. You need to take responsibility for crippling him. Go apologize to him officially. I know why he's come here to ask me to apologize. The best disciple of the Blood Heavens Bladesman wasn't selected. That's why his disciples are trying to impress him by doing whatever it takes. Yang Fo wants an official apology from me, so that he can claim credit for not making the Blood Heavens Bladesman look bad. I don't think your master would necessarily choose you as his best disciple just because you do this. That's nonsense. I'm only here for his sake. Want you to be the one to apologize for speaking rudely to my subordinate. Apologize to us. It's fine, young master. I'm not fine with it. Yang Po, you dared to speak rudely to my subordinate, so I want you to kneel down and apologize. Viv, you just asked me to kneel to that fatty over there? There you go, running your mouth again. Have you gone crazy? I'd rather die than kneel to her. That's what I wanted to hear. All right then. I grant you your wish. You've really gone crazy. Kneel down and apologize, or fight me. Make your choice. Just so you know, your master won't be pleased if you choose to die. You know, your master won't be pleased if you choose to die. Why are you going this far? I won't care if you were here to look for me. I can even understand if you were to seek revenge in a group. But I won't allow you to insult my subordinate. You're really trying to kill me over that pig? That's how much she means to me. Don't do it, Yang Po. Young master, since you're the son of the heavenly demon, you just take an arm of yours instead of your life. Your mouth was the cause of your death. You used that mouth to insult my subordinate, and that very same mouth refused to apologize. Yang Poi, do you think you can handle the consequences of your action? Your mouth resembles his. Pass on my words exactly the way I say it. If you dare say it any differently, I'll find you at dusk. Why did you do that? What? I'm asking why you did that for someone like me. Leon, you're still worried about me even though you've been all right emotionally. This isn't because of you. I simply killed someone who deserved to die. The Blood Heaven's Bladesmen wouldn't have let this slide. It's understandable for them to be scared. Cultivators who possess great influence. And the Blood Heaven's Bladesman is one of the 8 Demon Supremes. I crippled one of his disciples and killed another one of his disciples. He won't do anything because he has nothing to gain from getting involved. What would he gain from doing so? He'd just get criticized for teaching his disciples wrongly. His pride might get hurt, though. He doesn't have such pride. I don't need to worry too much about it. On the contrary, I actually will gain something out of killing Yang Fo. I crushed Glipilnho in a fight and now killed Yang Fo. I'll be able to attract everyone's attention within the cult. If points were given out during the Succession War, it would mean that I've just scored myself 1 point. Young master, thank you for what you did today. I was really happy that you took my side just now. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. You'd better be thankful. Don't you dare forget this for the rest of your life. Yes, Leon, keep smiling like that. I want you to live life smiling like that. Come to think of it, I was drowned in the sense of defeat as I ran away after the demonic cult disbanded. The sense of depression was so great that I wouldn't have been able to continue living if I hadn't been running towards a goal in life. If I didn't find out about the Great Regression technique, how would things have been? The Blood Heaven's Bladesman didn't think he'd get here so quickly. Can I dodge his sword in my current state? No matter how much knowledge I've gained from my past life, my inner energy is severely lacking, so I won't be able to dodge it. Why did you do it? I did it because he acted like a fool. Did you come to pick a fight with the youngest son of the Heaven Demon who doesn't give a shit about fools? Should I cut off your head and show it to the Heaven Demon? Shall we see if he cares? I don't think your blade could slice through my head if you think about my father's terrifying eyes. What is this? How much the Heaven Demon cares. Over here, the small ratio belongs to you. I take the majority. I'm his son, after all. I'll probably matter at least this much. We'll know if we test it out. Do you think he'll kill me, or let me live? If I carry solely your head in my arms, I think you greatly underestimate the love of a father that this heavenly demon has. Which is why I said, let's test that out then. There's no need to test it out. He has 2 sons and there's only one of you. You're not as foolish as my disciple. If your disciple was anything like you, he would still be alive. Second, young master, I've lived my whole life with misfortune. I hope we don't meet often. I'll be sure to remember that. Why did you do it? That cursed old man. The Blood Heaven's Bladesman might look like he acts as he pleases, but that's not the case. He calculates and plans everything meticulously. The fact that he repeated twice that he would carry just my head to father means that he really was thinking of doing that. He came here to see me. I had left a deep impression when I fought with his disciple. Disciple. He probably thought my wish to hunt together with father was unique. He felt the need to test me since I had killed his disciple on top of everything I've done so far. He's here to see if I'm fit to become the successor. Is my first opponent the Blood Heaven's Bladesman? Father, I heard you killed the disciple of the Blood Heaven Sword Demon, DN. Changing Blood Heaven's Bladesman to Blood Heaven's Sword Demon for translation accuracy. His disciple was deserving of death. Whether he deserved to die or not doesn't matter. The Blood Heaven's Sword Demon has come looking for me in regards to that matter. He wants you to receive punishment. You're saying that the Blood Heaven's Sword Demon went to find you because I killed his disciple and he wants me to be punished? Indeed. That was quite unexpected, since he's not someone who'd usually make such a request over a single disciple dying. The Blood Heaven's Sword Demon is trying to test the relationship I have with my father. He wants to see whether father will punish me, as well as what punishment he'd give me. Then he'd also find out if father considers me as one of the successor candidates. So, I intend to punish you. There's no justification for you to punish me. Justification can be made. You asked me which demon supreme I trust the most when we were hunting, didn't you? Father, who do you trust the most among the demon supremes? Back then, father didn't give me an answer. I don't trust anyone, not even the demon supremes. You said hierarchy and discipline need to be set in order within the cult. Don't give me bullshit like corruption needs to be gotten rid of. I want to hear your true thoughts. Somewhere along the line, we've lost the path of the demon. We've lost the path of the demon. What does the path of the demon mean to you? I think the path of the demon would be the belief that only our cult has to defeat absolute evil. Absolute evil? Right. I don't think the Orthodox faction is the direct opposite of our cult. It's not the Orthodox faction? What is it then? I'm referring to absolute evil that's so cowardly and evil that no human in the world can bear. Even demons would despise it and turn away from them. The justice and chivalry that the Orthodox faction advocates for might be able to deal with the lesser evils, but I don't think they are capable of dealing with absolute evil. As long as they value people, how could they be a match for evil that has forsaken their humanity and run rampant? We are the only existence within the Murim that can get rid of evil that's atrocious and wicked, by being even more wicked. When the great evil that even the Orthodox faction can't handle kneels in front of us, I think that's when we've truly accomplished the path of the demon. If we can't accomplish the true path of the demon, we won't be able to go far. We must punish ourselves so that we can survive. I can guarantee that father has never thought of this before or heard of anything like this before, because I didn't learn this or realize this from when I was in this cult. That's what I felt as I wandered the Central Plains for my whole life. Any other arrogant thoughts? No, that should suffice. I think I know now why the Blood Heaven Sword Demon wants me to punish you. He's seen something in you and he wants to use me to test you. He sees a possibility of being a successor candidate within me. Or maybe he sees you as someone who'll mess up our cult. Whichever it could be, that old man sure has good eyes for noticing the extraordinary. Follow me. Where are we going? The Minor Heaven Cave. A place where a possible candidate that could become the Heavenly Demon, a disciple of the Heavenly Demon, or a child of the Heavenly Demon goes to be tested. But if they can't get through the trials, then they'll be stuck within it forever. The success rate has been 50-50. Half of the people who are blood-related to the Heavenly Demon that went in have lost their lives. This place is so dangerous that even my overly ambitious brother hasn't mentioned that he wants to go in. But this is a place that I must pass through at least once if I want to become the Heavenly Demon. Are you asking me to go into this place? I also went in around your age. How long did it take for you to get out? 2 months. Father is known to be the most talented in martial arts among all the Heavenly Demons so far. Yet it still took him 2 months to get out? I was the only one to make it out in 2 months. The rest took on average 3 years. You want me to go into such a place without any preparation at all? Didn't I tell you that I want to punish you? Father, you're sending me into a place where I could die just because the Blood Heaven Sword Demon wants you to punish me? Do you really not care if your son dies? Or are you wishing that I'd become stronger and come out of there alive? All right, since it's come down to this, I'll try to come out even earlier than you did. Just try to keep yourself alive. Just how terrible is this place for so many people to get stuck in here? 1. Cut down all your enemies without using Sword Aura or Enhanced Sword Aura. 2. If you cannot succeed within the time limit, you shall be given another chance 10 days later. 3. Those who are ready, stand within the crimson circle. 10 days later, I'm supposed to eat those grain balls while I stay here. No need to waste any more time. I'll start right away. Looks like I'm supposed to slash where the red marks are. They're tougher than I thought. I can't let them go down. The last one. I almost had to spend another 10 days here because I let my guard down for a second. It'd be impossible for me to get through this first trial with my skills before my regression. I succeeded in 9 tries. I did it in 16 tries. I ended up taking 37 tries. Will I die in this place? I really can't get past here. Damn it. I tried to go back, but there's no way out. I succeeded in just 6 tries. I consider myself to be the strongest. Looks like these were written by those who were here previously. The handwriting at the end of this? Idiots. Father! Although he's not wrong, I can't believe he berated our ancestors. Seeing as how there are so many types of weapons, this trial seems to be one that would need to make use of them. 1. Use the swords that are hung on the wall to split the stone in half within 2 hours. You may use sword aura or enhanced sword aura. 2. If you cannot succeed within the time limit, you shall be given another chance 20 days later. 3. Those who are ready, stand within the crimson circle. I have 2 hours for this. That's too much time to just cut a single ball into half. If I use enhanced sword aura, I could cut hundreds of these in 2 hours. I guess just slashing it won't work. I'll use enhanced sword aura to cut this in half and quickly move on to the next trial. It'd be too easy to pass like this. I wonder how the other did this. Split it in half in 1 try by using the enhanced sword aura. I tried 89 times to cut it into half without enhanced sword aura. But I failed and used enhanced sword aura in the end. I cut it in half without using the enhanced sword aura. Just how did he do that? I can't believe it. I can't use enhanced sword aura. What do I do? The person who said he cut it into half without using enhanced sword aura is lying. I also agree that he's lying. What about Father? Absolute nonsense. If there's heat, you lose. Why did he say that? His usual self would just berate them and get it over with like he did in the first trial. Cut me decide in half within 2 hours. You may use sword aura or enhanced sword aura. You may use sword aura or enhanced sword aura. Not must use, but may use. Then this trial can only be truly passed without using sword aura or enhanced sword aura. And what Father said was some sort of warning to not use enhanced sword aura, because heat is generated when enhanced sword aura is used. I can't even leave a scratch on it. How do I split this in half without enhanced sword aura? My time limit is almost up. Should I just use enhanced sword aura and pass? Father split this into half without using enhanced sword aura. Father? Could it be? I can detect a faint line that I couldn't see just by using my eyes to look at the ball. This isn't an illusion. The faint line forms a perfect circle around it. That's a demonic essence pill? The demonic essence pill. If a demonic human who's learned demonic martial arts consumes it, then they'd be able to gain a tremendous amount of energy. If I had cut the ball with enhanced sword aura, then this pill would have exploded due to the heat. This is a reward that's given to the person who cuts it just with the sword. Don't create heat. Thanks, Father. I can feel a strong power in this body that I didn't feel before. The thing I lacked most was energy, and now I've acquired it. Differentiate life and death. If you fail, you shall be given another chance 5 days later. Those who are ready, stand within the crimson circle. Differentiate life and death? What kind of trial is this? This is a trial that requires me to differentiate herbs from poisonous plants. I searched everywhere for the ingredients that Gui Ryongja asked for. I know how to differentiate all sorts of herbs and poisonous plants, and even know their effects. This is an easy trial for me. This is the only thing that's not a poisonous plant. They want to prevent anyone who got lucky with this trial by guessing. So they want them to go through a second test. Those who don't know anything about herbs then have to consume these to find out what's what. There aren't any coming up again. Was that the end? I'll become a poisonous human at this rate. What kind of idiot thought of such a test? We don't even come into contact with such poisonous plants often normally. There must be a clue to figure out the herb. We must research it. I succeeded on the 96th try. I'm tearing up. I lost so much hair from eating all that poison. Don't count on something like luck. When Father said to not count on luck, it means he remembered everything he ate starting from the first test. The last trial. Survive the illusory life and death trap formation. If you die in the trap formation, you will actually die. Those who are ready, stand within the Crimson Circle. A trial where I die upon failure. It was a really tough fight. When I become the heavenly demon, one day, I'll find the person who created the illusory life and death trap formation and kill him. It was really scary and tough. I will never step into the illusory life and death trap formation ever again. Don't rest. Don't rest. Although he left some hints for this trial too, that seemed to be advice for how I should live my life from now on. Wind. All of this feels real. The illusory life and death trap formation. To think there could be something that creates things that are so real. Although they're illusions, I can really feel their presence. Even their intent to kill me. This is truly good opportunity for me. Since I'm not dealing with humans, I can fight all of them without any hesitation. Thanks to the demonic essence pill, I'm able to use my energy easily. Is it over? It'd be such a pity if that was all, though. It really wasn't over yet. The energy I feel from them is far more powerful. My enemies are slowly getting stronger. I understand what that means now. The first battle that feels like a real battle ever since I regressed. And for me to fight continuously with my life on the line, I feel like I've digested the insights I've had from my previous life. The insights from my past life are now becoming one with my current body. Come at me, faster and stronger. Congratulations on passing the trials safely. I hope your strength will be used for the advancement and prosperity of the heavenly demon divine cult. I've passed the trials. I was able to get through all of them in a day when it took my father an entire month. But if people knew this, then it'd cause an uproar within the cult. If I'm this fast, people will doubt my achievement more than they'll praise it. I'll stay here and continue my training. I'll fully digest the insights I learned here and make it wholly mine. You took exactly 100 days. I did my best, but I wasn't able to break your record. Did you cut the stone ball the proper way? Naturally. So, you had left such a big hint, after all. I also didn't rest at all in the final illusion trap formation. I think he just smiled. Or did I see it wrongly? You're not a fool, at least. Of course, I'm the great heavenly demon's son, after all. Before I regressed, I thought he enjoyed pitting his children against each other in a fight of life and death to become the successor. But I think I understand him now. He's someone who'd be willing to endure through his children's deaths if it was for the sake of the cult. To think you'd make it through the minor heaven cave in just 100 days. Second young master, that's incredible. He's the second in command of our cult, the person whom Father trusts the most within the cult. The chief advisor, Seema Miling. Been a long time. Advisor Seema. I'm glad I saw you here. I actually wanted to discuss something with you in regards to the cult. He wants to discuss a cult matter with me? That means Father wanted him to do so. Indeed. We received an anonymous letter recently. It mentioned that corruption was ongoing within the demonic army. The demonic army is one of our combat groups, and the leader of the demonic army would be the blood-related sibling of the Blood Heaven Sword Demon. The Blood Heaven Sword Demon is involved. Again? Last year, we also received that letter and conducted a separate investigation. But the investigation ended in failure. The special investigation officer that was dispatched was killed. By the demonic army? Indeed. And the person from the demonic army who killed him had also committed suicide after that. I would like you to become the special investigation officer and take care of this matter personally, as this is dangerous. Anyone found to be complicit in corruption would be executed. Anyone who dares to be involved in corruption will do whatever they can to hide their crimes. Even if the investigation officer is the heavenly demon's son, they won't go easy on him. You're sending me to do something I could die doing. That's right. You'll have to put your life on the line for this mission. This must be another one of Father's tests. Didn't you say you'll control them and hold them by their leashes? That is when I become the heavenly demon. Are you saying you're too scared to do this? Well, I can't refuse this mission if you're putting it like this. I understand. I'll take this mission. I don't know what Father is planning, but I'll put up a good performance for you. Oh, also, since this could be my last moment, he acts tough on the outside, but he actually cares for us. It didn't look anything like that, though. Nice to meet you. I'm a special investigation officer, Seo Daryong from the Nirvana Pavilion. Why are you here? I told the chief advisor to send the most beautiful woman from the Nirvana Pavilion. I guess I look like the most beautiful woman in his eyes. Whatever. Let's just get to work. Are we leaving right now? Yes. What kind of person is the demonic army commander like? The demonic army commander's name is Gu Cheonang. He's the younger brother of Gu Cheonpa, the Blood Heaven's sword demon. This year is the 8th year of him being the demonic army commander. As the demonic army took on various dangerous missions, they've risen to the level where everyone acknowledges them as an elite army. That means they're good at their work. What's the matter? Do you not intend to investigate the corruption of the demonic army? I intend to do so. Why do you look like that and talk that way? I can't feel any enthusiasm from you, because even if we uncover the corruption, nothing will change. Does he mean to say that unless the executives of the cult are changed, the cult won't change? Are you not scared? Not at all. Is that so? Even though the previous special investigation officer died, the previous special investigation officer that died was my direct superior, the person who used to teach me. Demonic Drakencourt. Where are you from? I'm Special Investigator Seo Daryong from the Nirvana Pavilion. Step aside. I have business with the demonic army commander. Oh, he's pretty gutsy. Special Investigator? You don't look special at all, though. You can't go in unless permission is given by the higher-ups. Here's the order document. Please wait here. We'll report this to our superior. No need for that, because we'll meet your superior personally. I already told you that you can't enter without the permission of the higher-ups. Are you going to stop a special investigator that has the order document? What nonsense is that? Whether you're a special investigator or not, once you're here, you follow our rules. Exactly. The only thing you have going for you is your title as the special investigator. Other than that, you're powerless. I ask you this one thing. Do you know who I am? We do. You do? So, that means despite knowing my identity, you dare to behave this rudely? Stop standing there. Lead the way. Can't you see this? All of you are standing there, standing in the way of an official investigation right now. Do you all want to rot in prison? Where the hell did those assholes come from to create a ruckus here? I'm Special Investigator Seo Daryong. Reveal your identity. I'm Go Dang, the demonic army's first corps captain. Is that good enough for you, asshole? That man is the second in command in this place. He's notorious for committing atrocious deeds even among the demonic army. Why aren't you saying anything? Captain Go, I'm a special investigator from the Nirvana Pavilion that's here on official orders. Mind what you say to me. Mind what I say? What will you do if I don't do that? All of you will be arrested on the charges of disrupting the investigation of the Nirvana Pavilion and insulting an investigator. Cool. Oh, I'm so scared. Why? Like to see you try that. Captain Go, it's been too long. When was the last time we met? I think at the last banquet? Hmm? What are you talking about? We have some urgent business with the demonic army commander, so enough with the hazing and let us pass. If you dare act up, then you'll lose this hand forever. There are people who misunderstand things sometimes. They think that swords don't work on them just because they're of noble birth. Do you think you can wield a sword with that hand? Let's see then. Whether a sword will drop or your intestines will fall out, thanks for stepping aside. I'll buy you drinks next time. Do you know Go Dang? No. I met him for the first time today. Why did he step aside then? I deliberately broke his hand when I shook it just now. He'll have to eat with only one hand for a while. Stop making a fuss and just lead the way quickly. The demonic army commander's office is on the 7th floor. Let's go. You can't meet him unless you have made an appointment. Aren't they sick of this by now? Step aside. We're here on official investigation. We can't do that. To try and stop this order document, you're not stopping us but the cult leader himself. You may look down on us, but I don't think you should look down on this document. Or do you truly look down on the cult leader as well? Let the second young master in. Welcome, second young master. It seems my guys have been rude to you. They're all pretty ignorant. So please understand. The demonic army commander, Gu Qianyang. I feel an unfathomable level of strength from that seemingly normal body of his. That energy is causing Xiao Daryong to have a hard time. They were all coming out to pick fights with us, so they seem to have a lot of time on their hands. They ought to read some books instead. There's a saying that says the ignorant are brave. That's an old saying. In recent times, those with knowledge are braver. They're not only good at coming up with strategies, they also become aware of what needs to be done. I see. It looks like I've fallen behind the times after growing old. He's staying calm even after my provocation? But how come you've been tasked with this investigation? It seems Father was trying to punish me. Punish you? I made a slight mistake when we went on a hunt. They must have racked their brains thinking about what was up with me being sent here as an investigator. Why did the Nirvana Pavilion start the investigation, though? Was there another anonymous letter sent like the previous time? We can't tell you that. That's right. They received an anonymous letter. I knew it. Being in a position leading the demonic army that comprises ignorant and rough individuals, I receive all sorts of slanders. It's truly tiring. We'll finish the investigation as quickly as possible, so I hope you'll understand if this causes some inconvenience. Inconvenience? That's really sad to hear. I thought our relationship was more than that. Isn't it a known fact that the Blood Heaven's sword demon is supporting my brother? Even so, my brother is his own person, and I'm my own. We're supporting you, though. Haha, just hearing that makes you feel so dependable. I'll be counting on your cooperation for the next few days then. I'll be counting on you too. I'll prepare a place for the two of you to stay in after you leave this room. Perfect. If that's the case, then... Oh, be careful though. I'm really worried about you. You're referring to the incident where the previous investigator was killed? Oh, not that. I'm sure the cult leader didn't send his son here to die. I'm just concerned. I'm thankful for your concern. I'll take my leave now then, it seems. The reason Father sent me here would be to make sure either you or I die here. This is not a light matter. I should have been the one to take care of it, instead of the second young master. Be sure this to me, that we've lost the demonic path. Is that why you sent him there? Just because he said that to the cult leader? If he dares to talk big, then he ought to prove it with his actions. What the fuck are they trying to do? Why did they hang up a dead crow? Fucking obnoxious Nirvana Pavilion assholes. What if they're investigators? The one that stopped us at the entrance are complaining the most. Who are you? I'm the 3rd Corps commander of the demonic army. Jang Ho. Jang Ho is known to have the strongest martial prowess among the Corps commanders. He's got a real temper too. Commander Jang, do you have any complaints? Must I spell it out for you? What are you trying to do here by putting something that inauspicious where people come and go? Someone within the demonic army threw that onto my bed, so I thought it was a cultural thing. Instead of doing something so unpleasant, you could have just punished the one who did that to you. All right, I'll start with you then. What are you talking about? The investigation? What do you suddenly submit all records of Commander Jang? Anything finance-related, and all his movements. Not even you can do something like that to me. I can. Look, you're free to get all riled up. But don't forget that you could be charged with treason if you stand in the way of our investigation. Sir, just let it go. I'll start the investigation with the commander. All right, let's see this to the end then. How long will you keep testing me for? What do you mean? You're the one who sent the letter. The one who sent the letter was Commander Jang? Why does he think that? What are you talking about? How? Did you know? You got involved in yesterday's incident, even though you didn't have to. That was so you could avoid being suspected by the demonic army commander. That's right. Also, the Third Corps members are the most under control. When I hung the crow up, only your subordinates didn't laugh or curse. A little while ago, your subordinates also worried about you and stopped you. I could tell from those actions. Someone who ran a group in that manner would probably find it hard to overlook any corruption within the organization he's in. The moment I heard what CO Daryong told me through frequency transmission, I remembered something from my previous life. An incident where the strongest corps commander among the demonic army's corps commanders had died. He probably got killed by someone because he sent the anonymous letter to resolve the demonic army's problems. I didn't know if the letter would work, so I didn't write down the exact details. Though, I never imagined that you, the second young master, would come to perform the investigation. Is that so? And what did you think when you heard about it? I'm sorry, but I thought we were done for. Ah, is it popular for youngsters to be so honest these days? You're younger than us, though. In any case, what on earth is happening in this place? The demonic army commander is using the demonic army for his own personal reasons. He's been taking money for assassination requests and making his subordinates do the job. What? I thought he was just getting bribed by some martial arts group. But this goes far beyond what I had imagined. It's already a serious problem for the demonic army to have martial masters moving as they please. But now they're moving merely for financial gain? How is that possible? By adjusting the number of members within the demonic army, the First Corps would probably be the ones that are doing it. How did you know that? Just like how I knew after I saw how the Third Corps reacted. The First Corps members were the first to stop us. They were also the ones that cursed the most after seeing the crow's corpse. How did you find out it was them? The martial artist that was said to have committed suicide after killing the previous investigator was my friend. He was also the first person to send an anonymous letter. How close were you with him? We had joined the cult at the same time. He was basically family to me. Who do you think killed him? I believe the demonic army commander gave the order, and that Go Dang, the First Corps commander, personally killed him. If what Jang Ho said is true, then this is an immense corruption case where the demonic army commander and the whole First Corps are involved. And they've even gone so far as to kill an investigator. I wonder if Father or Sima Miling really didn't know about it. I'm sure they have realized something to a certain extent. That's why he sent me here. He's trying to test me to see if I can resolve this incident, even though I'm up against the demonic army commander. You made a good friend. He was a good friend indeed. If I had been a good friend too, when he died, I would have done something about it. Third Corps Commander, Jang Ho, thank you for being courageous. Looking at this day, I'm starting to feel some hope for the lost demonic path. The heavenly demon divine cult that I want would be a place where people like them are taking important roles. While Jang Ho died in my previous life, he will not be dying this time, because the objective of my regression is to save people who shouldn't die. You're quite different from the rumors I've heard about you. What kind of rumors are those? There are some rumors that say you aren't suited to become the heavenly demon. I'm sorry. It's fine. That could be a kind of compliment too. To me, being suited to become the heavenly demon isn't really praise. Right now, our cult, I don't think it's ruled by terror. Isn't it about time it changed? Our cult must change. If not, what awaits me would be the extermination of my family and the end of our cult. The next day, there's trouble. I think you need to go and take a look right away. Stop! Daryong, are you badly hurt? I'm fine, but my colleague has been severely injured. His ribs are broken. Let's bring him to the infirmary quickly. Go, dang. Were you the one who did this? That's right. What's your reason for harming an investigator of the Nirvana Pavilion? He bumped into my shoulder in the corridor and walked away without apologizing. I simply taught him a lesson for that. I'm sure you're the one who bumped into him, and you wouldn't have let him go even if he did apologize. Well, that's true. They're poison. What's poison? Your subordinates are poison to you. What nonsense is that? Go dang. Didn't you also kill members of our cult in this manner last year too? 2 years ago, you also killed 3 members after getting into a fight with them at a bar. All his opponents were low-ranked martial artists. Before things blew out of proportion, the demonic army covered it all up for him. Because there are too many fools that don't revere the demonic army in the world. Do you know that I possess the authority to decide an execution? You do? I doubt you're capable of performing the execution. That's the poison I was talking about. Fools will act that way when they're conscious of how others around them see them. This ought to have been a situation where he would be nervous, but instead, he's acting tough in front of his subordinates. His head is too far up in his own arrogance. He's got no idea what kind of stage he's standing on. To mess with us means you're messing with the demonic army. I wonder if you have that courage. At the very least, I don't hide behind my subordinates. I'm injured because of a certain coward. You should count yourself lucky. I won't use my right hand. How about that? Shall we fight? Just the 2 of us. You're intending to tattle to the cult leader after you get injured here? I won't hold you responsible even if I die here. I swear upon that. What on earth is he trying to do? Great. Let's fight then. Godang is ambidextrous and can use a sword with his left hand as proficiently as he can with his right hand. That's why he acted so confidently, huh? That crazy bastard. Protect. The commander. Second young master. The crimes of those who just died is treason. Please, spare me. Do you know what happened to the families of the people you killed in that fight at the bar? I doubt it. Since you act like you didn't care, they lost their father, son, and husband. Would they be able to live a normal life? I was wrong. Silence. Who do you think you are to dare to kill our cult members? I heard you ran into some trouble on the ground? Yes, it wasn't intentional, but there was a conflict. The first Corps commander was deployed because there was no choice. There are too many things about him that are questionable. You're really trash. He's someone who served you, but instead of avenging him, you're making him into a criminal. While he died, during an investigation, you did kill one of the demonic army commanders. You'll be in a tough spot if we decide to make it an issue. What do you say? How about we just bring this whole thing to a close? Don't you think the deaths of 1 commander and 3 subordinates are enough? Thank you for your consideration. I do want to end things on a good note, but there's one problem. A problem? Yes. There's no evidence. I came here for an official investigation, but I've got nothing to report to my superiors, do I? You can just make up evidence. That won't be possible. In the letter that was sent this time around, it said that external requests were accepted for money. It's not something that can be covered up easily. In order to close this whole investigation, evidence is required. You must hand over evidence to close off this investigation. Huh? Second young master, what are you doing here? I'm here to see the person who got injured. Why are you so surprised? The demonic physician is giving him treatment right now. Oh, thank you for asking the demonic physician to come. That goes without saying. While I'm only a temporary investigator, we are colleagues that have been working together. Is the second young master here? The demonic physician. He doesn't simply treat anyone. He only gives treatment to important people within our cult. Fortunately, his life is not in any danger. but he'll have to recuperate for a while before he can go back to work. I take full responsibility for those who got injured while being faithful to doing the cult's work. Please, use the best medicine for them. Don't worry, I'll do just that. Why are they making such faces? Thank you, second young master. What did the demonic army commander say? He wanted us to end our investigation here and go back. He wants us to say that the first corps commander is the main perpetrator. Even though his most important subordinate just died, he wasn't the most important subordinate. He was just the subordinate who was made use of the most, someone else. What do you intend to do now? Now that I've thrown out the bait, I want to see what he'll do. A bait? I'll tell you when he bites. What do I do from now on? Drink with me. Today's drinks are on me. The next day, the demonic army gave us these books. The assassination request logs and banknote papers that are worth thousands of nyangs were discovered in the first corps commander's house. He took the bait. I want you to find out who the smartest person in the first corps is. I'm sure there'll be someone who's strangely knowledgeable and smart. That guy is the one who made these. Okay, I'll go meet with the demonic army commander again. I'll need to buy you some time to find that smart guy after all. We've received the evidence found in the first corps commander's house. Oh, that's great. Now that that's all settled, all that's left is to celebrate with drinks. I've already booked the place that we drank at previously, but there's a problem. Again? What is it this time? The evidence came from the demonic army. We're supposed to find those pieces of evidence ourselves. Does the origin of the evidence matter that much? It does. The chief advisor is no fool. If he finds out that the evidence came from the demonic army, then he'll be suspicious of the investigation process and its results. What do you suggest we do then? I think we'll have to act like we're investigating for a little while. We'll do a large-scale investigation for just one day. I hope you can cooperate with us. Do you think I want to be doing this? We'll just be doing the investigation as a formality, so I just need some common official documents. Okay. I am required to cooperate with you. What I need aren't the top secret documents anyway. What I'm looking for are the first few documents that were used to hire the demonic army and the wills that were left behind by those who went on dangerous missions. This is needed so that I can look at the handwriting and figure out who wrote the records in the request logs. Yang Gu, why have you captured me and kept me here? Because you forged the assassination request logs that were sent to us. I have no idea what you're talking about. I know. I wasn't expecting you to know anything. You probably just did as you were told, but I just need you to be. I've never done anything like that. And I've never received any orders. I understand why you're acting like this. You're probably scared that the demonic army commander might kill you. If you can go back now. Since you don't intend to answer my questions, it can't be helped. I don't like torturing someone who was just a faithful subordinate that had no choice but to follow orders. That said, did you know? While we, the investigators, will get to leave this place safely, the demonic army commander will kill you eventually. What are you talking about? The demonic army commander has probably heard about us capturing you already. So, what would happen if you leave this place without any injuries? Wouldn't he think that you already told us everything? I'm sure you know better than anyone else just what the demonic army commander would do in response to that. Based on the guess of Jang Ho, the third corps commander, the demonic army commander is the one who ordered the killing of the Nirvana Pavilion investigator and Jang Ho's peer. The person who executed those orders would be Go Dang, who is already dead. There were also numerous other atrocious deeds that were committed. They've killed a lot of people. But the demonic army commander won't just let himself be arrested. I'm not going to arrest him. I'm gonna kill him. If the demonic army commander is arrested, then the Blood Heaven Sword Demon will also make his move. There's no way he'll watch his own brother get executed. After all, if that happens, then the situation will become far too complicated. There will also be plenty of forged evidence to show that no one had ordered Go Dang to commit those crimes. All those crimes will be pinned on his scapegoat, and then there will be a lot of slandering and scheming in regards to me. Most importantly, if we let the demonic army commander live, there'll be people who will be killed to keep the silence about his crimes. Even Jang Ho, who sent the letter, will die eventually. All the Third Corps warriors that try to protect him will also be killed. You're also included in that list. But if the demonic army commander dies in the process of being arrested, then the situation would be different. The only thing left to do would be to prove his crimes. Will you be okay, though? The Blood Heaven Sword Demon will seek revenge. Not everyone will seek revenge when their family member dies, especially for the Blood Heaven Sword Demon. He's not one to waste his life over revenge. Where are you suddenly going? Told you already. I'm going to kill the demonic army commander. Right now? We've completed the investigation thanks to your help. I'm glad it's completed. While my heart feels lightened, I'm sad that it's time to part ways with you. If I become the successor in the future, I'll definitely repay the goodwill you've shown to me this time. Are my words. I will not forget the goodwill you've shown to me by finishing the investigation without any issues. That? Right. You will never forget about this incident. You were too greedy and made such a huge loss. There's no way you'll forget it. Let's drink to the end of this investigation. Why did you do it? Do what? You should have more than enough money to last until you die of old age. Why were you so greedy that you even made use of the demonic army to take in requests for money? How would I know? You should ask the dead First Corps commander that question. How would a puppet know anything? What are you trying to say? I'm curious about what you truly think. Well, I guess there's nothing in the pitch darkness within you. It must be filled with only greed that will never cease to want more. Hey, have you gone crazy? You're the one who's crazy for taking on all those requests. I've had enough of your nonsense. Soaring Sword, Art Heavenly Fury. Demonic Army Commander Gu Qianyang, you are under arrest for misusing the demonic army for your own personal reasons and for over 20 murders, or the instigation of those murders. Isn't an arrest, though? You're going to be executed anyway. Just leave this world for the sake of those who will live on. Listen up. The demonic army commander has died in the process of resisting arrest for the grievous crimes he committed. Seo Daryang, you are to arrest all members of the First Corps and imprison them. This case will be investigated officially. Third Corps Commander, Jang Ho, all those under your charge excluding any First Corps members are to assist the Nirvana Pavilion investigators in arresting the First Corps. I have received the authority to take full charge of this matter, so my orders are equal to those of the cult leader. Everyone is to execute the order immediately. Yes, sir. It's good to see you again, Blood Heaven Sword Demon. Have you been well, second young master? I would like to ask about what happened in this matter. Everything is written in the report. You can simply read it. I would like to hear it from you personally. Since those two are only observing, they must be trying to see how I'll reply. Based on our investigation, we found that your brother had committed grievous crimes. He then tried to kill me during his arrest. As for his death, it's fine. If he committed a crime, then he ought to be punished. But there's something I don't understand. He might be pathetic, delusional, and foolish enough to attack you even after his crimes were exposed. After he was caught, he probably asked the Blood Heaven Sword Demon for help. He probably knew that I killed the demonic army commander and was trying to nip the problem in the bud. No idea why he did it. Maybe he simply couldn't accept the fact that he was caught by me, someone much younger. I saw his corpse before I came here. He was stabbed in the chest with a single strike. It seems your martial prowess is more exceptional than I thought. To think you could kill my brother in just one strike? That's thanks to Father. While he was in an agitated state, the demonic army commander wasn't able to use his full strength against me. Thank you for telling me the truth. I feel much relief from that. Not at all. I'm truly sorry for you. He's not showing even a hint of anger. I've killed not just his disciple, but also his brother. His anger should have hit its limits, though. You'll need to make funeral preparations. Go and rest for now. Thank you for your consideration, cult leader. Maybe the Bloodheaven Sword Demon wants to tell my father that he's gone too far, and asked whether he had to deal with this incident in this manner. Great work, second young master. The evidence you've gathered is robust, and this incident has been able to come to a close without any issues. Are you hurt anywhere? No, I'm fine. Thank you both for... Are you really? Pardon? It's nothing. The cult leader has given you this as a reward for your hard work. That is, the cult leader has bestowed the Black Demonic Sword onto you. The Black Demonic Sword. One of the treasure swords alongside the White Demonic Sword. Father, if you wanted to give me a reward, you should have given me the White Demonic Sword, which suits my aloof personality more. The Black Demonic Sword is what suits you. It seems you know too little of me to think the sword would unleash such cold energy, even though I haven't even infused any energy into it. Ho, the cult leader feeling proud of himself as he sees the second young master acting happy? To be honest, it feels like this reward is too great. Hang on. The problem with the demonic army commander was the most dire problem within our cult. I hadn't expected you to put it to an end in such a clean manner either. Cult leader, were you expecting this? I thought he'd be lucky to just survive while acting up. I know you don't think that. You only sent me there because you believed in me. Father knew I had mastered the soaring sword art. He also knew that I had consumed the demonic essence pill and believed that I wouldn't be killed that easily. He probably didn't expect the demonic army commander to die. And I know why he's given me this sword. He's giving a statement to the Bloodheaven Sword Demon. While I acknowledge what you've done for the cult, do not besmirch my son for this incident. Father, thank you. Do much for giving me the sword and for what it means. You may leave now. Second young master, the sun feels good today. Take a short break with me before leaving. I knew this old man wouldn't have just left. This summer does feel hotter than usual. You damn whelp. You dare abuse my brother and kill him? I'll rip you limb from limb and split your bones, is what I should have said, right? You fucking old man who's only aged with no maturity. How dare someone like you dare to destroy the order within our cult for your own personal desires? If you dare to do anything for that corrupted brother of yours, I'll chop up that body of yours and grind your aged bones into dust. If you had said that, that's how I would have responded. Even so, you should have gone easy on him for my sake. I tried my best to finish things nicely. I wanted to end it by letting him step down. He truly did cross the line far too much. No, you could say the line never even existed to him. You also knew about the corruption within the demonic army, didn't you? He wouldn't listen to me. Well, it appears I'm not that clean myself. When I heard that my brother died, I honestly felt relieved. I thought to myself that now he would no longer stand in my way. I can't believe he's being so honest about his relationship with his brother. I understand how you feel, because I'll probably feel the same if I heard that my older brother died. What do you see when you see me? Looks like this year will get pretty hot. Fortunately, I'm not the kind that's weak to heat. I wasn't able to figure out what the Bloodheaven Sword Demon was thinking. Aside from the relief he said he felt, I'm still the murderer of his brother, so he might still be scheming to kill me. Maybe he'll let what happened float away just as those clouds are. Whatever the case is, I don't regret what I did. The initial moments after receiving a new sword are important. A sword communes with its warrior, and a supreme sword like the Black Demonic Sword communes on a level that's far deeper than other swords. While a sword won't reject its warrior, if the communion doesn't go well, then the full prowess of the sword can't be brought out. Nice to meet you. I'm your master from now on. Let's infuse some energy into it. I'm definitely different. I like it. We'll be surviving with this sword technique for a while. I'll show you really incredible martial arts later on. Let's hang in there together until then. The sword demons? The Blood Heaven sword demon? I don't know whether the Blood Heaven sword demon asked them to come here or they came here on their own, but what I know for sure is that they're hostile toward me. They're all unleashing demonic energy in my direction. If I take on this much demonic energy at once, I could receive internal injuries if I make a mistake. They want to intimidate me and make me into a coward that can't even leave his house. I remember now. If I take in this much demonic energy from this many martial artists, meridian training technique, a secret technique that strengthens the meridian by having multiple martial artists discharge their energy and strike every part of the target's body. The more martial artists there are, the more efficient this technique will be. This is an opportunity for me to make use of the meridian strengthening technique to become even stronger. The level of the meridian strengthening technique has gone beyond the second stage and is advancing into the third stage. The meridian strengthening technique is now passing by the fourth stage and heading for the last stage, the fifth stage. The sword demons have acknowledged my strength. Do you want to sit there? No, I don't want to be trapped by that chair. Trying to sound sophisticated again? Come up, sit down. How is it? I thought I'd feel excited, but I don't feel anything. I felt the same way. When he killed numerous people and even his brother to climb up to this seat, I wonder what he had felt. If he didn't feel any excitement, the sword demons went to look for you on their own. The Blood Heaven sword demon didn't tell them to do that. You knew about that. I acted like it was nothing when I was enduring the energy they threw at me, refusing to be suppressed by them. But once I left that place, I started to tremble. Were they that scary? No, I think I was scared that my judgment was wrong. If anyone got agitated and tried to fight me, then I might have died back there. Even if I survived, I wouldn't have been able to become the successor after killing the sword demons. That's why I was scared. The fact that there could be another moment when I have to make a decision where everything is on the line. Strangely, when I had those thoughts, I missed you, Father. I don't understand. Why did I miss him? A demonic human isn't one that looks back. We look forward and advance. I think he's trying to offer words of comfort to me. I've been thinking about something else. How about placing a statue of a beautiful woman instead of that demon statue? For example, the famous Central Plain 4 flowers. If we replace the demon statues with the 4 of them, seeing as how I've started talking nonsense, it's time I left. Father, please sit down instead. Father, may I kill the Blood Heaven sword demon? Even if you could kill the demonic army commander, you stand no chance against the Blood Heaven sword demon. Why did you create conflict between me and him then? Shouldn't you take responsibility for that? Sure. I'll take responsibility. I'll let you become the Nirvana Pavilion leader. The Nirvana Pavilion is the inspector bureau of our cult, and he wants to be in charge of that? What's wrong? Want to make sure discipline and order are in place? What could this mean? Or could he be making use of me to resolve matters that he's postponed? He doesn't care if I live or die? I'll stop trying to figure out his intentions. Instead, I'll focus on making a decision based on what I see and hear. He's someone on the walls for his children. He's also someone who uses his children for something dangerous if they're able to be made use of. If you want me to go out and kill a cow, then I should at least go out with a sword in my hand. Is there something you want? Please also allow me into the Heavenly Demon Archives. The Heavenly Demon Archives, that place where all sorts of rare martial secret manuals are kept. Only a small number of people, including the Heavenly Demon, can enter there. If you think you can learn some kind of supreme martial art just because you go in there, then you're greatly mistaken. Just looking at the titles there would be too much for you. If he's right, there are far too many manuals there. Even if I get lucky and find one of the top martial art manuals, it'd be on a similar level as the soaring sword art that I already know. I would like to test my own luck. I don't know what kind of impure intentions you have, but impure intentions? I'll allow you to enter the Heavenly Demon Archives for 7 days. Thank you, Father. The Heavenly Demon Archives. I went back to the Heavenly Demon Divine cult that was closed down for the sake of getting the secret demonic scroll. I was supposed to be dead. It had been decades since I left, and my face was disfigured so no one could recognize me. It took me a long time to go from being a normal warrior to climbing to a rank where I could meet the new cult leader privately. I was able to hear about a certain martial art from the cult leader at that time, 4 strides of the Wind God. That was the greatest mobility art that consists of just 4 moves. It was said to be a supporting technique for the Heavenly Demon's martial arts at one point in time, but at some point, knowledge of it went missing, and it was no longer passed down. But the person who obtained the 4 strides of the Wind God was said to be Ju Baikpo, the cult leader at that time. I was able to become the cult leader because I found the lost 4 strides of the Wind God, the Heavenly Demon Archives. If its manual was in there, then why did people think it was lost? Because it wasn't kept on the bookshelves. Where was it then? That precious manual was used to prop up the 19th bookshelf. It really was here. Just 4 steps would be enough to walk all over the world. The 4 strides of the Wind God has 4 main moves: Shadow Step, Flicker Step, Death Step, Silk Step. Shadow Step, which is the first step used when trying to infiltrate a place. It can only be used to avoid being detected by one person, but as you get more skilled with it, you will increase that number. It is said that once you complete Shadow Step, you will be able to disappear even if 10 people are looking straight at you. The second step is the Flicker Step, which is used for defense. Technique that will definitely help you to find a way to escape even when an unavoidable attack is coming towards you. The third step, the Death Step, allows you to charge into the enemies and can then pierce through or neutralize any defense. The last would be the Swift Step, a mobility technique that's said to be so fast that the word fast is an understatement. 7 days later, the Heavenly Demon Pavilion returned. What did you learn at the Heavenly Demon Archives? A mobility art. What is it? Strides of the Wind God. Don't give me that nonsense. Are you saying that you learned the Shadow Step that was lost? I don't have the guts to lie to you over something like that. Show me what you've learned. What will you give me for that? I'll spare your life. 4 strides of the Wind God. Shadow Step. Where did you learn the 4 strides of the Wind God? I learned it in the Heavenly Demon Archives. You dare lie to me. The 4 strides of the Wind God didn't exist within the Heavenly Demon Archives. I definitely learned it while there. You insist on lying? Are you certain that it couldn't have been there just because you've read numerous books there? It could have been stuck in another shelf where the foot technique manuals aren't at. You knew that the 4 strides of the Wind God was in there. I didn't. I was trying to learn other martial arts and found it by coincidence. Where was it? It was being used as support at the bottom of a shelf. The shelf was still crooked, and I found it when I tried to make it straight. The important part of the manual must have been removed then. How did you know that? Because that's what I would have done too. Tell me the steps. I knew this would happen. My goal wasn't to defeat Father and become the Heavenly Demon. It was to kill Wamug, and to save Father and everyone in the Heavenly Demon Pavilion. Besides, I was intending to help Father travel the world and enjoy his life before he steps down as the Heavenly Demon. So it's not a problem for me to teach the 4 strides of the Wind God to him. I want to. Nothing's free in the world. From what I remember, I taught you a technique at the hunting ground for free, though. That was the price for the liquor you drank at the hunting ground. How on earth did you hold yourself back until now? You're really brazen. I've held myself back until I grew to this extent. Is there something you want? I want the Heavenly Demon Defense Art. The Heavenly Demon Defense Art. It protects one's body and is an exclusive martial art that only the Heavenly Demon can learn. If I learn that, it'd be as good as me getting an extra life. Impossible! You just need to teach it to me secretly. What? The Heavenly Demon Defense Art isn't something that can be seen on the outside anyway. If you secretly teach it to me, no one would know. I'll take my leave now then. Please, think it over and get back to me. In return, the 4 strides of the Wind God must be taught first. He's really going to teach me the heavenly demon defense art? Since we're talking about it now, can I teach it to you now? You're not even suspicious. Aren't you afraid that I won't teach you the heavenly demon defense art after learning the 4 strides of the wind god? Not at all. You're not someone who'd do something that embarrassing in front of their own son. Tell me the steps. Yes, father. Should I say it once more? The 4 stripes of the wind god, but it's different from mine. Is this father's own interpretation? That is a really good martial art. After my regression, the biggest change has been created. Will Huam Mugi be able to defeat father who's learned the 4 stripes of the wind god? I'll teach you the heavenly demon defense art now. I'll only say it once. Memorize it well. Yes, father. Who on earth is it? Which arrogant bastard dares to lay their hands on you? I'll go and. My father was the one who hit me. I've learned the heavenly demon defense art successfully. It seems we now share a secret. I'm more happy about that than having learned the heavenly demon defense art. Don't get cheeky. Why aren't you going? I'm someone who protects, not attacks. She never dared to make such jokes in the past. Leon, I can't do it now, but I'll definitely fix the side effects of your body petrification technique for you. I told the cult leader that our cult has to change. A place where people no longer have to damage their bodies in order to protect others, so that this can become a place where people like you don't have to do what they don't want to do. Guard warrior Leon, listen well to what I'm about to say. From this moment forth, you are hereby fired as my guard warrior. Are you being serious? You're actually firing me! You have been chosen to become the captain of the Phantom Shadow Corps. The Phantom Shadow Corps? There's no such group, though? Yes, because I'm going to make that group. One that reports directly to me. You're making me the captain of a group that hasn't even been created yet. Leon, I'll ask this once more. Will you become the Phantom Shadow Corps captain for my sake? I, Warrior Leon, accept my order. I told Leon that I'll be creating a group that serves me directly, but by no means is that a simple task. In order to run an organization, a large amount of capital is required. In order to get that capital, I'll be making use of an incident that happened before I regressed. I'm Yang Dang, and I've been appointed to lead this mission. As this is a highly paid mission, it's also that dangerous. Make sure you keep your wits about you. Anyone who dares to do anything idiotic will die by my hands. I heard you joined this mission under the recommendation of Warrior CO. Can I trust your skills? Will you acknowledge me if I can cut you? Don't act arrogant. We're in a world where the head of the arrogant would fall easily like the morning dew. I'll follow your orders well, so no need to worry. I'm content as long as I'm paid. I'll be keeping an eye on you from now on. Their mission is to escort those 2 to Nanjing safely. I intend to save them, as they died in my previous life. We'll be resting here today. All right. We don't know when we'll be able to eat again, so eat your fill. Kitch. Just beef jerky? Just eat it. You need to at least eat these so you won't feel hungry. I heard that they were ambushed by vagrants from the outside. Not even their corpses could be found. No one knew how they were killed. Poison? Wait. Why am I okay? Yang Dang, he's put poison into the food that he gave out. I didn't eat any of the food you gave. That's a pity. It would have been better if you had died from it instead. To think that the leader would be the person who poisoned the food. What a path. What a pathetic life you have. What do you intend to do with the money you earn from killing your own comrades? I could do plenty of things once I have the money. I could drink liquor and buy women. You killed all these people just for that? You idiot. You ought to worry about your own life. Looks like it's over. They're decently strong. Already here? Come out now before I burn the horse carriage down. You sure hid well like rats. I was scolded for not being able to find you. Warrior Quan, please spare the child's life. All right, I'll spare her for the sake of our relationship. Is that what you thought I'd say? You damn bitch! You ought to be kneeling and begging for mercy now. How dare you act like you're my master? If you spare her, I'll give you 10 times the money you're supposed to get. Don't give me that useless nonsense. Your father has already been caught. Who is he? I'm just someone who's received money to bring the two of them to their destination. He's not your subordinate? He's just a vagrant that I haven't dealt with yet. I'll deal with him now. Get rid of him already. All right. They're obviously street thugs that would betray their own. Do you really think you'll be getting that reward? They'll probably kill you to tie off loose ends and take your share. What? Street thugs that betray my own master? I'm actually speaking politely since the child's here. That strange and crazy bastard. How dare a mere vagrant talk to me this way? You must be flustered since I hit the bullseye. Kill that filthy vagrant first. Heard that? He said first. Doesn't that mean you're next? That damn fool was too sloppy. I shouldn't have entrusted things to a vagrant. That's what becomes of those who betray others for money.